Hello and welcome to What the Flick. We're bringing you tomorrow's movies today. We're looking ahead to the new Bond movie, the 23rd film in the Bond franchise called Skyfall, featuring Queen Elizabeth parachuting out of a helicopter.
No.
With corgis.
No.
Her balance, one under each arm. That's Ben, I'm Christy, this is Alonso, that's Matt. So please describe to us what Daniel Craig does this time.
You know, this is the 50th anniversary of Bond, as we've been seeing a lot lately. There's been a lot of, you know, DVD tie-ins and cable celebrations and whatnot. And this one's directed by Sam Mendes, who won an Oscar for American Beauty. I want to say the first Oscar-winning director to do a Bond movie. Does that sound right?
I don't know.
Sounds right.
We'll look it
I
up.
think, yeah. And it's a Bond movie. Take a look.
It's gone.
You both know what's at stake here.
There isn't much road left.
Take the bloody shot. What do you say about a man like that?
3 months ago, you lost the drive containing the identity of every agent embedded in terrorist organizations across the globe.
007 reporting for duty.
Where the hell have you been?
Enjoying death.
I only have one question. Why not stay dead? There's no shame in saying you've lost a step.
They weren't targeting her. They wanted her to see it.
Welcome to the new MI6.
I'm your quartermaster. You must be joking.
Author PPKS 9mm short. It's been coded to your palm print, so only you can fire it. Less of a random killing machine, more of a personal statement.
Q.
007.
I want to meet your employer.
How much do you know about fear?
All there is.
Not like this. Not like him.
Just look at you, chasing spies. England, MI6. She sent you after me knowing you're not ready, knowing you would likely die. Mommy was very bad. The two survivors, this is what she made us.
Everybody needs a hobby.
So what's yours?
Resurrection.
When iconic music, and the word iconic is thrown around, but the Bond music, I think, counts, meets that definition. I don't like it when it's repurposed. I don't like it when Monday Night Football music is repurposed, and I don't like it when this movie. I just play it. Play it. It's what we want to hear.
That's true. It's not like the Star Wars prequels featured like the house mix of John Williams, you know.
Yeah, just.
But it doesn't rank.
It makes me want it. I didn't like in Bosom Buddies when they repurposed Billy Joel's My Life.
Wow, you are really a purist.
That was just too cheap
that
to
was
buy the Billy
outrageous.
Joel version. That was different.
Yeah, I didn't. But that said, there's some cool parts in it. I like that part in the trailer, the introduction of the young Q, where he's like, what are you, 9? And then obviously he sort of earns his respect.
Well, and
who's
gonna be better with gadgets these days? You know, you want some old Q or a young Q? A young Q is gonna know. He's gonna be down with the kids and the Twitter and whatever. You know?
James Bond on Twitter. Killed another guy.
007 don't
OMG, this guy sucks. I watched this thing like 3 times. I know you guys are all gonna say, oh, she's just a dumb girl, whatever. I have no idea what is happening here. It's edited in such a way to maximize confusion, to like draw you in with the imagery of, you know, car chase shooting sex, car chase shooting sex.
I would rather
I have no idea what it's about, though. Do you?
Those are the kind of trailers I like. I don't want to know what the whole plot is.
Yeah, I don't want the whole plot either, but I watch it, I'm like, wow.
I just want a taste of what I'm going to get, and that's
well, and I
what
think
I
at this point, like with James Bond, how many other James Bond stories can we conceivably come up with that aren't variations of like 2 or 3 basic things?
Right, bad guy hell-bent on world domination.
Yeah. Right, and are we seeing it for the plot anyway?
Somebody on the inside sold everybody out.
Well, there's a couple interesting things that may be true. Of course, we don't know. It's just a trailer. This might be taking place mostly in England, which I think doesn't usually happen. I don't know.
He goes someplace kind of Asian looking.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a visit, but mostly they don't. Yeah, they don't happen there.
Like, I think On Her Majesty's Secret Service is the only one that's set entirely in Europe. Like, usually there's a lot of, globe-trotting going on.
And I saw George Lazenby walking the streets with his kids or grandkids 2 days ago.
Lazenby, who's on Twitter all the time.
Yeah.
Name-dropping motherfucker.
I didn't know. I mean,
was he wearing a kilt?
No, he scolded me. He held the kids up, so I didn't like hang out with him. I drove past him.
So you almost killed George Lazenby.
But he's James Bond.
Yeah.
That's a celebrity encounter.
Yeah. It's weird to see James Bond go like this to you. Damn you!
Do we think that Javier Bardem's hair is worse here or in No Country for Old Men with the Anton Chigurh?
I was kind of thinking this was like Anton Chigurh wearing Christopher Walken's hair from A View to a Kill.
It's a big time. We were talking about.
Is he going to call him Bondo? Because that'd be awesome.
Call him Bondo.
Call him Bondo.
It's a big time villain for
another Oscar winner.
Yeah, right.
It's funny because like Mendes, I run very hot and cold with, but I did like Away We Go. But even when I like Mendes, I don't like him in a way where I think, oh yes, he needs to make a Bond movie. So he's an interesting choice for this. And I think maybe part of the trailer is to convince people this is not going to be like Bond sitting around having tea and worrying about relationships. This is going to be shit blowing up and tied to a chair.
That'd be so great.
He did also do Jarhead though. Sam Mendes did you Jarhead, and a lot of shit gets blowed up real good in Jarhead. So I was looking back and thinking, does anything previously indicate to us that he knows how to make a Bond movie? And Jarhead.
But look, Michael Apted directed a Bond movie, and he was coming off like Coal Miner's Daughter and stuff. So I mean, these guys can do
It's all about the story. It's about the good ones. The good ones have compelling stories that.
That propel it forward.
Right, that move it.
It's like a musical. Like no matter how great the numbers are, there has to be a story that carries you through the whole thing. It's like no matter how great the set pieces are in a Bond film, you have to actually care about the plot enough. Not that has to be super, complex or psychologically, whatever. But just there has to be enough forward momentum to get you through it all, so that they underscore the script that's working.
So do we think a director could actually leave their own personal stamp on the Bond franchise, or does Eon Productions just so overwhelmed that any personal style, like would it, you hear rumors about like Tarantino would love to do a Bond movie. Like would that turn out like a Tarantino film?
That's a really good question, because can you look back on any of them and go, oh, so-and-so directed this one with great memory. Has anyone ever directed more than one of them?
Yes.
Yes. But you're right. I think the auteur of the Bond series is definitely like the Broccolis and the Saltzmans. Like it's their baby. And,
I think it's the script in a large part, and whether they sort of allow the script the sort of the room to be different, and again to move it, as you say. I like the idea that the script's got to sort of propel it forward. That it's not just what I thought was wrong with Total Recall. It's just a series of chases and different ways to blow stuff up. And like one thing I didn't mention in our Total Recall review, which is the kind of thing that's in the bad Bonds, is just people unable to hit another person with a machine gun. I mean, there's a tremendous amount of just missing.
When's the last time you shot a machine gun?
I mean, what is it? It's August or July?
Automatic weapons.
Yeah, of course.
They're kind of hard to harness, They go everywhere.
We get from the trailer here that Bond, I guess, died, or they faked his death, right? Because he's, that's the whole thing you get. We're not giving anything away there. I like it that if they're going to fake somebody's death, that the way they do it is to have a sniper shoot him from on top of a train, and he falls like 1,000 feet into the water.
Right, where 100 different things could go wrong and actually kill him.
And no witnesses.
Right, but no one sees it, right? They really sell it there. That seems like maybe there was an easier way to go.
The movie is called Skyfall, though.
The movie is called Skyfall. It doesn't have that trailer, although I saw it in a different trailer. It doesn't have the...
Are they going to be in space and falling from the sky? Or is Moonraker going to be the only James Bond in space?
That's right.
I think after Moonraker, they will never do another James Bond.
We didn't have the James Bond, but it reminded me, and I just saw it again. We did it at the TCM Film Festival, 50th anniversary of Dr. No, and I just saw it again. That moment of the first time he does the James Bond line is really it'll still get your hair.
Yeah.
It's still good. Eunice Grayson, who was the first Bond girl, or one of the first Bond girls in the first movie, she says, he says to her actually, I admire your courage, miss. And she goes, Trench, Sylvia Trench. And then she says, and I admire your luck, mister. And then we get it, Bond, and then the music starts. So good.
And she shows up in 2 or 3 more of the movies.
She's back in From Russia with Love.
It's worth noting that not many American film or global film franchises last for 50 years.
Yeah.
And like the fact that we're still excited about the new James Bond movie in 2012.
Right, even if it's confusing, we're still. I'm psyched for it. It's still.
I am.
Yeah.
I love Daniel Craig.
Yeah, and I didn't like the second one, but I liked the first one, so I'm intrigued.
Cool.
All right.
Bye.